The playoff push continues for the Calgary Wranglers as they wrap up their back-to-back versus the Ontario Reign. Welcome to the Scotiabank Saddle Dome for Sunday afternoon American Hockey League action between the Calgary Wranglers and Ontario Reign. Out. Opens the door for Rory Cairns. He wins it cleanly back to Poirier. Spins, loses it, in a foot race back in his own end. Chromiak angles it out, shoots! And it's a bullet in the back of the net. 1-0 for the Reign, Martin Chromiak. And Poirier's got it at the point. Across to Brustevich. Back to Poirier. Stromgren at the near circle. Kicks it back to Poirier. Flips it to Stromgren. Poirier once again. Snapshot! Redirection, Siona! It's 1-1 on the power play.
From here, it didn't look like a high stick, but at the same time, our vantage point is not necessarily the best for kind of judging the height and the third dimension of some of these things. So, no goal. Okay. They're going to wave this one off. Nice screen set there by Honzek, too.
Aspro holds the line. Cairns tips it in off the post. Tullio digging for it. And freezing the puck with Tullio right in his grill is Phoenix Copley. Not in deep. Poirier gives it away in the neutral zone. Stromgren picks up the loose puck for Poirier, and he'll gain the line to Ferk, near circle. Ferk waits, shoots, but fires it over the net. To Cairns, bump back to the line. Jonathan Aspro fakes. One-timer, rebound, and it's launched over that net. And Grushnikov marks his man in the Calgary end and draws a penalty, creating some space for himself and brings it back to the point. For Ferk. Comes to the line. Ferk, tip play, and they score! Setup, and Rory Cairns up to his 32nd goal of the season. And certainly nice to get off the schneid when it comes to the man advantage as well, as you need to go into the playoffs with your specialty teams up to par.
Yeah, now 1 for 3 after being 0 for 3 yesterday.
Pinelli walks it from the line, shoulder save, Cooley, puck loose, and they score. What a reply. Sean Element comes in off the blue line, grabs the loose puck and puts it into the back of the net. And Honzek wins it cleanly. Kuznetsov half glass for Stromgren, and Calgary 2-on-1. Ferk spots Honzek, Honzek in, scores! It's a beauty! Honzo makes it 2-2. Tipped in by Bishop, but just inside the blue line for Ontario. Glenn Godin, forced wide, tries to cut into the Calgary zone, comes to the near circle, lays it behind the net. Solovyov given away, chance, Godin shoots, and it's in, they score! Maybe a heartbreaker for Calgary as a giveaway in the Wranglers zone, and Ontario pays and grabs a goal. Hunter Brustevich coming into his own as a two-way blue liner, so there's a lot of options for Calgary when it comes to D and the depth that they do have there. Udon from the circle, right in on Cooley, and he'll scoop that up for a draw. Solovyov controls, in tight, Siona digging, puck is loose in the blue. As Clark Bishop also looked like he was hurt on the play after the face-off, so Calgary down a man there for a couple of minutes, but he'll go across to Poirier at the near point. Morton back to Poirier. Brustevich from distance. Morton from the circle, tip play, and Cairns wanted backdoor. The Wranglers fall 3-2 to the Ontario Reign in the closer of a divisional back-to-back, and Calgary's third last home game of the regular season. They pushed this last 2.5 minutes, but just could not solve Phoenix Copley and the blocking shots happening in front of them.